Editing. So you've reached the final step. You've scripted, storyboarded, planned, lit, and shot your video. And now it's time to edit. Most people think editing is a complex and painful process, and this is slightly true. When you put your heart and soul into shooting a video, you're going to want to make sure you do the same for the edit. But don't be intimidated. If you have a good understanding of editing basics, that's really going to help you get your feet off the ground. So in this video, I'm going to give you a rundown of 8 basic editing cuts, and I'm going to show you how you can start applying them to your videos today. Let's get started. Number 1 is the standard cut. This one is simple, one shot ends and the next begins. A lot of the time, that's all you need. Let's go ahead and open up our editor so I can show you. I'm using InVideo.io. It's a free video editor, it's very intuitive and easy, so even if you're brand new to video editing, this is a great place to start if you want to replicate what I'm doing. If you don't already have an account, you can go ahead and sign up for free. And now just go ahead and open up a blank project. I'm going to take my first clip and drag it onto the canvas to add it to the project. When you're using a standard cut, just make sure you're trimming off any excess, any part of the clip that you don't need. And then I'm going to add a blank scene and just go ahead and do the same thing over again. Trim off any excess footage. And now these 2 clips play one after the other, and that is your standard cut. This is going to be your default cut whether you're making a film or a video for your brand or any kind of video that you're making. Number 2 is jump cuts. A jump cut is when you cut from one clip to another, but the camera doesn't move. Or if it does, it's a very slight movement. My personal favorite use of jump cuts is a sequence like this. As you can see, the main purpose is usually to show passage of time. You create jump cuts by taking a long shot where the camera is stationary or moves only minimally. Then we're going to use a few different short clips from the long sequence. So drag your clip onto the canvas, that pulls up the trimmer, select your first section, then hit the plus sign here and select your second section. And then you can add as many as you need. And there you go, that's how you create jump cuts. You can have a lot of fun with jump cuts if you're making videos for your brand or business. You can create a sequence like the one that I showed you of a customer opening different products or something like that. You can use jump cuts to have kind of a comical effect as well. Play around with them and see what you can come up with. Real quick before we move on to the next one, if you're new to this channel and finding value in this video, we would love for you to subscribe and give this video a like so that we can keep bringing you more videos like this one. Now, moving on. Number 3 is a match cut. A match cut is what it sounds like. You end your first shot with an object or a person or an action, and then start your next shot with an object, person, or action that looks similar to the last one. So this is the cut that you'll have to plan out before you get into the editor. But once you have your 2 shots, editing them together is very simple. You can just trim off the end to find the frame where it matches the best, and then you can do the same for the beginning of the second shot, and then you're good to go. This is a great way to create continuity in your videos. So let's say you're creating a video for a business and you're showing off a few different products that aren't necessarily related to each other. Match cuts are a great way to just give that video a better flow and transition from one product to another. Number 4 is cut on action. Again, cut on action is what it sounds like. If you have a prominent action in the shot, like a kick or somebody picking up an object, you want to cut right when the action is happening. This is especially important if you have 2 different angles of the same shot. Cut the first shot right in the middle of the action, and then cut the second shot so it picks up right in the middle of the action. That's going to look a lot smoother, a lot more continuous than if you had completed the action and then cut. Again, this is a really great way to add continuity to your video, no matter what kind of video you're making. Number 5 is cut-ins. A cut-in is basically when you cut closer into a part of your frame. For example, you have a wide shot of a character holding an object, and then you cut to a close-up of what she's holding. It's a great way to show more detail and bring attention to something important. And you edit it just in the same way we've been doing. Take your wide shot and then edit in your close-up shot. And if you didn't get a close-up shot, feel free to just zoom in a little bit in editing. So here's how you do that in InVideo. Just come to the crop tool up at the top and then crop the video so that it's a little bit closer into the object you want to zoom into. So this is a great strategy if you're making a video to promote your business. Show people using your products, and then get lots of close-up shots to show more detail and cut into those. Number 6 is a montage. For the last 3 cuts on our list, we're going to take a look at some that are a little bit more complicated. They're still pretty simple, but they are going to need more than 2 shots. First up is a montage. This is a classic. Basically, a montage is a sequence of clips set to music. Usually a montage tells its own little story, sometimes within the context of a bigger story, like a movie. It often shows passage of time, or a lot of the time it'll show a character working towards a goal, like the classic sports training montage. But you could also have a montage that's just a few shots of a city, for example. This is also a great one to use for your brand. Maybe if you just got a new collection of products in, get some nice shots of your products and then upload them to InVideo. You can find a free song to use on InVideo by going to this tab that says Music. And then you can go ahead and add your clips in the same way we've been doing. And if you want, you can trim the clips so that they cut to the music. Have fun with this one. Number 7 is shot reverse shot. This is another classic one that you see in movies all the time. It's used most often when two characters are having a conversation. You'll start with a shot of one character looking at the other character, and then you'll get your shot of character number 2. And then as they talk, you're cutting back and forth between shots of the two characters. Sometimes you might choose to use an over-the-shoulder shot, very simple and very effective. This is used a lot of the time in film, but it can be used in so many different ways. Think about how you could use it for your brand. You could make a video where two people are having a conversation about your products and use this strategy for that. And number 8 is the look, object, react. Last but not least. This is a sequence of 3 shots, and it's very similar to shot reverse shot. You start with a shot of a person, you want it to be pretty close up on their face, and then cut to the object that they're looking at. A little tip to make this smoother is to have them turn their head to make it clear that they're seeing something new, then cut to the object that they're seeing, then back to their face as they react. Maybe it makes them smile, or maybe they just have a shocked face, or any other emotion. To create this, you just need a shot of your person. You can record them looking and then reacting in the same shot, then get a shot of the object from their point of view. Then upload your footage, drag your first clip onto the canvas, and cut it right after they look. Then add your object, then add your first clip again, but this time trim off the beginning so it's just the reaction. And there you go. Again, this is something that's used in film very often, but you can also use it in your brand videos. For example, to show someone reacting to your new product. Now that you know these essential cuts, you're one step closer to creating better videos with less effort. But I've got another tip to make things even easier, and that is mastering transitions. If you want to learn how to master transitions, be sure to check out this video where we cover 5 simple transitions that can take your videos to the next level. This is Teresa with InVideo, and I will see you in the next one.